Hi, this is an IELTS exercise. To what extent do you agree or disagree with the following statement? The world today is a safer place than it was 100 years ago, and governments should stop spending large amounts of money on their armed forces. Well, some people say that we live in a peaceful epoch. Thus, governments should stop spending a lot of money on their armies. Personally, I partially agree with that reasoning because the role of the armed forces has changed over time, and they are somehow still needed. In addition, nowadays there are still wars and conflicts between countries and lands that generate suspense, and having an army gives relief to inhabitants and shows a country's sovereignty. So, should the administration of a country spend less money? In peaceful countries, armed forces do humanitarian work, and sometimes they are deployed in other countries in need, after suffering a natural disaster, for example. Also, in the COVID-19 pandemic, armed forces played a huge role in maintaining order during lockdowns, distributing resources in isolated areas and helping the health system with transportation and recovery camps. On the other hand, there are countries that still fight due to political, religious, or geographical issues. There are radical groups that want to take control of territories or impose their ideology by force. So having an army might help governments to preserve their land, their culture, and their law. While spending huge amounts of money on the armed forces is still a matter of debate, we can't deny its contribution when needed. In conclusion, governments should continue spending money on armed forces. However, they should cut back the budget and instead use that money to improve social issues like health, education, science, and research. Well, that's all for today. I hope you liked this kind of exercises, and see you the next time. Remember to subscribe to support this channel. Bye bye.